on a personal level, are you able to sort of reflect, I guess, on what a big achievement it is for yourself as well?
Yeah, a little bit. I guess anytime these sort of weeks come up, that they sort of make you reflect in a way. So, yeah, reflected along the journey, and yeah, you look back with a bit of pride of what I've been able to do and how long I've been able to play for. But you also realise there's a lot of people that you need to thank along the way, and a lot of people that have helped you out. And there's a lot of luck that goes into a career, let alone one that's been able to get me this far. So there's certainly a lot of people that I need to reach out to and thank and acknowledge for helping me get this far.
Is it sort of fitting in a way that one of those records belongs to your coach? And what's Nathan sort of say to you, if anything, about this sort of occasion for you?
Well, he hasn't decided if he's going to pick me yet or not, because I'm not sure he wants me to break that record. So that's probably where it sits with Bucks, and hopefully I get a game this weekend.
Scott, you mentioned there's been a lot of people over the journey that have helped you. Who are some of the main ones that have been key to your longevity and success?
I think the football club being so stable in my time. I've only played for Mick and Nathan. The board's been pretty stable. The football club's played finals for I think 11 out of the 15 years that I've been here. So there hasn't been too many ups and downs, and it's not too many list changes or rebuilds throughout my time. So it's made my career pretty stable. Obviously my coaches, all my teammates. Paul Licuri was an obvious one that helped me in terms of my training standards. Nick Maxwell as a captain showed me a lot of things that you need to do that go into being a captain. And it's not just how you perform on the field; it's how you act off the field and how you treat people along the way. So, yeah, there's been a lot of people. Obviously too many that you can't just thank right now, but a lot of people that I will and need to reach out to throughout the week.
And I guess reaching such a milestone, you're probably already in this conversation anyway, but I guess it just puts this conversation back on the agenda as you as one of, I guess, Collingwood's greatest ever players. Is that something that you think about at all? Is it something that sits comfortably with you? What's your perspective on that?
Yeah, I think that's a good one for other people to debate. Not something that I spend any time on at all.
How are you feeling about the group, Scott? Obviously you're locked in at finals, but you'd want to go in with a solid performance too. Still think some things to work on pre-finals.
Yeah, and we get a good test with Port Adelaide this week, who have been really good for the majority of the season. So we're looking forward to that challenge. It's a big game. It's going to be finals like. They play a brand of football that demand that. We like to think we play a brand of football that demands that as well. So yeah, it's a big clash. I think both sides will be up and ready for the fight, and nobody wants to go into finals not at their best. So we look to do that. I think it was great last weekend getting a few guys back from injury. They had that game, and then obviously get another one this week. So yeah, I think we're playing some pretty good football, and looking forward to build on that against Port come Monday.
It seems like you guys are flying a fair bit under the radar this season. What's it like for you guys within the group, knowing that all the talks about, Port Adelaide, Brisbane, Richmond, Geelong, West Coast?
To be honest, up in the sunny coast where we are, you don't hear much footy at all. So, I'm not sure about the under the radar. Obviously in Melbourne there's a lot more attention on footy, but up here it just sort of you're allowed to go about your business a lot more, and we're just focused on us, and we think there's a bit of growth in our performances, and we look to build on that Monday night and then into finals and get there in good form, and then once we're there, do some damage.
Scott, Jaden Stevenson was omitted again last week. Do you say anything to him? Is there anything that you, particularly as captain, I guess, trying to help him with to lock down that spot in the side? We obviously know how good he can be.
Yeah, I think with Steve-O, it's a little bit of form, and as a young player, you go through these things where you have a bit up and down, and obviously with Geordie coming back and both playing sort of deep as forward role. I think Steve-O, just out of touch a little bit, and not too dissimilar to young players his age go through these things. So just trying to work with him and the whole coaching staff about just bedding down his role and making sure that he understands that. And back in the scratch match, he played really well when he went back on the wing and a bit forward as well. So I think when Steve-O's up and going, he gives a good element in our side, and it's just trying to get that best football out of him.
And just on your record this weekend, can you just take us back to your early days? At what point in time did you feel really comfortable at the level, and do you remember what sort of goals you set out when you first started your career?
Probably the end of my second year started to feel comfortable. I played every game and had a pretty secure role, and then from there you just try and improve incrementally every season, every off season, get a little bit better. And you hear guys say it, but it does go really quick. I don't feel 32. I don't feel like I've played as many games as I have. So you're just always trying to stay in the moment, get incrementally, a little bit better and improve. And then I'm still sort of shocked that I sit here about to play game 314 for the club. It feels like I'm probably 150, 200 games in, and still trying to look for ways to get better. But it's been a hell of a journey. I've enjoyed every minute of it, and I still think I've got a bit left in the tank as well.
Yeah, so when some guy first started out, they're like, I just want to play one game, or if I can get to 100, that'd be amazing, or 150. Did you have anything in mind when you first started out as to what would be a really good career?
I just wanted to have a long career. I didn't really have games in mind. I just wanted to maximise my potential, and when I retire eventually, make sure I knew that I didn't leave any stone unturned. And I feel like at this stage I've done that. There's still a little bit more to go, I think. So I'm just really focused on Monday night, and then obviously finals campaign. And the reason why I assume most guys play is to try and get a flag, and I feel I've given myself a fair opportunity at trying to get it by playing and being healthy for the majority of my career.
Is the drive in you now, Scott, any different to what it was? I mean, you had success relatively early in your career. Is the drive now different because of the time that's passed?
No, not really. I feel I've said this a fair bit this week, but every off season I feel like it's the most important part of an AFL player's career, and I still wake up in that off season hungry to go out and train and get better and be prepared to have a good pre-season, which leads into a good season. And every round one, you walk in and you're nervous. Can you do it again? Can you back up? Can you play your role for the side? And I definitely feel hungry. I don't feel like I'm slacking off or not preparing the way I need to perform at the level.
Geordie brought in his return, and we all know what he can produce. Do you think the fact that you've managed to get a few of these guys back, you've had a mini break last week, you get another break ahead of finals, do you think you can still have a meaningful impact despite being in that lower part of the eight?
Yeah, well, I said it last week. It's sort of not the environment up here, I don't think anyway, where you want to have too much downtime, too many breaks in between games. You just want to get up here and you want to play. Obviously in the high performance centres up here, it's all right up here. It's nice. The weather's great, but there's not a lot you can do outside of football. So we're up here for business, so we may as well keep playing games. And I think the side in our group, we need continuity. We've brought a couple of guys back in last week. So yeah, as I said, looking forward to Monday, and then whether we finish 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th, whatever it is, I'm confident we can do some damage.
Just to look back again, obviously, there's been a lot of success individually and as a team, and there was 2011 and 2018 grand final losses as well. How have they impacted your career and informed the way you continue to go about things as a player?
I think finals just early in my career, regardless of a 2010 win or 11 and 18 losses, I think just playing finals, you understand the magnitude of those games, and they're ones you want to be in because they're so exciting, the build-up, the nerves, everything. So, I'd love to be 3 from 3 from grannies. I'm 1 from 3, but I've given myself the opportunity. The club's given themselves the opportunity, and you'd rather be in the hunt than not there at all. So, I'm very grateful for the opportunities to play in a lot of finalist games, and they're the games you want to play in. So looking forward to doing that again in a couple of weeks.
Scott, I'm wondering if you've had a chat to Steele Sidebottom and if you've got any knowledge of whether he might want to get up to the final.
I spoke to him a couple of times just about how his little girl Matilda's going and how Alicia's going, but yeah, there's no pressure from us, and I certainly haven't asked the question about does he want to come up and do the 14 days quarantine before playing final. I think family overrides football, so whatever Sidey and Alicia thinks best for them, that we'll support. And he's a great player and would love to have him back, but as I said, family comes first.
Just on your family, Scott, normally you probably have some family with you run out onto the ground in normal circumstances. What's Jack's think about all this, and does he understand the fuss and that sort of stuff? What are you be doing on that?
He just loves the fact that he's got to know all the boys a bit better now. So where we're staying, we're across the road from Maney, so every morning he gets up and yells out to Maney and says g'day, and so he's excited just to be around this environment every day. He's got little kids that he can play with, and plenty of my teammates as babysitters that help look out for him. So he's having the time of his life up here.
Is Maney his favourite? Yeah,
it's probably a split between Maney and Geordie. So Geordie takes him for a bike ride every day, and Maney kicks a footy with him a bit. So it's pretty neck and neck there. Thanks, guys.
One more.
There's always one more.
Is there a sense among teams at the moment, or your team at the moment, that with home ground ovals largely out of the picture, that someone outside of the top four can win this season?
I haven't thought about that. So I think you can pick where you want to play, was my understanding. So I'm not sure if there's little tactics involved in that, but I guess we'll wait and see what clubs decide to do depending on where they finish in the ladder. So it probably adds another element of surprise for you guys to talk about, and look forward to seeing what happens.
And just one on Geordie as well. Obviously, he came back in last week. Do you expect a similar performance coming up against Port Adelaide as well this weekend?
I'd like a couple more goals. That'd be nice. But yeah, so I think he came in, he made a great impact, and he's a great player. So he'll perform on Monday night. I've got no doubts about that.